But that's where I think you should be. I mean, you have to be a little ahead of everybody else. If you're, the big test I use is if it's written up about in TechCrunch, it's too late already. If it's written about in your story, it's 6 months or 1 year too late already, right? If something is written about in VC Circle, it's 2 years too late. So my point is you've got to be something that somebody writes about you 1 year from now. That means you've got to do something nobody else is thinking of, nobody else is doing. You have to have an insight, a consumer insight, a customer insight that nobody else has. And you have to build towards that customer insight, saying, why will this customer love me? And sometimes it'll fail. But you know what? The cost of failing is so low today, it's nothing. What's it going to cost you? $10 a month in hosting costs? Maybe $100 a month in some other costs. That's about it. And you can still be at home and have Tarisharam or whatever it is your mother is giving you, right, during that time. So your actual cost of starting up and having a lot of fun and taking a stab at greatness is not really very much. You don't give up a lot. You can gain a lot, right? You're not necessarily going to make it right the first time, but you'll get there, and then you'll see something else, and you'll pivot, you'll morph. But at least you need to start off with a set of principles saying, I need to be ahead of everybody else, not at the same place others are, right? And as you get there, and as you're able to gain traction, you can figure out if you ever want to take funding. Branson never did. Gates never did. Jobs never did. Right? They took funding choices later on in life when they didn't even need the money. All your heroes are the guys who almost never took funding. Right? So I'm not saying funding is evil. Some of us, like me, can be evil. Right? But the point is that your job is... A lot of people come back and say, man, he's awesome. He raised $6 million in funding. I said, don't you guys understand? The meter has gone. The minute you raise funding, you're almost dead. Because you have 8 years to return 60 million. Oh my God, I never thought about that. Taking 6 million in funding is like taking 60 million in debt. That's 500 crores in debt you have to pay back in 8 years' time. You should be shitting in your pants, not celebrating, dude. Right? Because that's what your VC expects from you. Getting funding by itself is not an event. It's actually, you should start being scared, because at that point the meter is running and you're running really, really fast to make it to the other side. So if you take funding, absolutely understand what you're taking on. It should be a point where you should have apprehension, fear, and say, now I'm going to run. These are the lifestyle choices ahead of you. I hope that helps. Thanks all. My name is Mahesh.